How we doing? This is the T5 wireless mic system from Maono, who sent me this for free to check out so that you can hear what it sounds like before picking it up for yourself. This is the raw sound quality out of the box with no post-processing whatsoever for this entire video. And this is the sound quality outdoors, again with the built-in noise reduction turned off. And I have the receiver set to its lowest sensitivity as well. I have the receiver plugged into a Tascam DR10L Pro and all built-in effects for the mic turned off. And this is a range test. Hopefully I'm at max range. I think I am. Don't really know. I dropped out of college. This is the raw sound quality when you have the USB receiver plugged into an Android phone using the app HiQ because it's the best recording app on Android. Here's what the noise level sounds like. It's a wireless mic, so there's going to be some noise, but it's definitely not as bad as a lot of the other ones I've heard. Very usable if you're wanting to go for the raw sound, for sure. Sound quality speaks for itself. Here's the specs, you little nerd, and this is what it sounds like with that built-in noise reduction turned on while I'm indoors. This is the default setting that it comes with out of the box. More on that later. Right now there's an airplane going by over top of me, so let's see how that noise reduction at its default setting is able to cut through that noise and isolate my voice. Does a pretty decent job of isolating my voice through all of this surrounding noise. This is a very solid implementation of noise reduction. When you turn these mics on, noise reduction is turned on by default, and usually I would whine about that, but the noise reduction on these is actually good enough that I think it should be the default option. The mics sound best with the noise reduction turned on. Right out of the gate, something I appreciate about this set is the fact that the mic and the receiver both have the exact same controls, except for the gain control wheel that is only on the receiver. On both the transmitters and the receiver, you can toggle noise reduction on and off and mute the mics. From the receiver, you have access to a gain control wheel. You can also switch these mics between mono and stereo mode. If you're using only one mic, I would recommend just use mono mode. If you're using two mics, switch it to stereo. That will separate both mics onto its own channel. That way you just get the clean audio from both mics completely separate. There are actually two more receivers, a USB-C version and a Lightning version, both of which have that noise reduction toggle. They do not have the gain control wheel that this one does. If you are going to be using these mics plugged into your camera or a recorder, this is the receiver you want to use. And if you're going to be using your phone, then of course this is the guy you want to use. It does in fact come with a furry windscreen, which I definitely appreciate, and I do think that they do a very respectable job of cutting out wind noise. I have kind of a nitpick about them. That's the fact that they completely encase the microphone in its entirety, meaning it actually covers up the buttons on the transmitter. This is probably my biggest critique of this microphone set in general. Battery life is advertised as about 10 hours without being put back into the charging case. I left these on for like 8 hours and they didn't die. It's all the time I had. I have been using this for about a month now, and I have only charged the charging case one time, and I've been trying to use them pretty much every day for my Amazon videos. So here's something that I find really cool about the USB receiver is the fact that this little USB port right here means that you can have this plugged into your phone and have a charging cable plugged into here, and it will charge your phone through the receiver. If you are starting a YouTube channel, or if you have a YouTube channel and you're wanting to do your first pretty major upgrade to your audio, I would say that this is a very decent place to start. Now, here is something that I usually don't talk about because I think that proprietary apps for mics like these are cringe, but Maono did a really good job with this one, and I want to talk about it this time. If you get these mics, you can ignore everything I'm about to say about the app. It is not required at all. You do, however, get some really nice customization options that are not on the receivers. These are my preferred settings. I like having the noise reduction turned to slight, gain set to 7, and I actually really do like the way the vocal enhancer preset sounds. I think this is nice. This is pretty good. Your settings here are remembered from session to session, so if you unplug this, put it into the charger, plug it back in 2 days later, your custom settings, they will all be in place. You can plug the camera receiver into your phone, open up the Maono app and set all of your custom options, and when you unplug it from your phone, plug it into your camera, those settings are retained. I like it. I think this sounds good. I think it's a fair price for the sound quality, the features, and all of the components that you get. The fact that you have 2 receivers for your phone, and then you also get one for your camera. I find this to be a very good value. It is totally usable, as they often do. Maono has put out a very good low to mid-end product here, and I mean that as a compliment. It's a good mic. It's a good value. I like it. It sounds good. It performs well. It does what it sets out to do. If you want to pick this up for yourself, I have an affiliate link in the description. Or you can check out my other videos if this is not the one you want. I also post my original music on this channel and a bunch of other random stuff too. So like, subscribe, and comment, and see ya.